Lucy with 12South Pilates, and today I'm going to do some work with you guys for inner and outer thighs. I had a request for that, and that's an area that I think a lot of people always want to work, but we're going to get some work in the core too. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off on our backs, and you're going to feel some of this in your low abs too. So we'll warn you, those are going to be engaged, but I think that's always a good thing. I've got my legs in a turned out tabletop, and I'm putting a lot of pressure between my heels as if I was trying to hold on to something important, like maybe a winning lottery ticket or something. So that pressure is going to get those inner thighs to engage. I'm going to roll up into a C curve, and I just have my hands lightly behind my head, and I'll frog those legs out and back in. I'm keeping my belly pulled in, no pooching bellies. Nice and controlled. So I'm feeling that work in the inner thighs, and I'm also feeling it through my lower abdominals. And I'm going to maybe do 4 more. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to stay out and I'm going to tap my heels together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to lift my legs up a little higher, open out to the side, squeeze back together. So I'm really trying to press my legs back together as if there was air between them that I was trying to squeeze out. And I'm using that core for that stability. You can always put your head down. If you feel there's tension in your neck, you could let your head rest. Or you could put your hands by your side. Those are some options there. And let's go 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to come onto our side, and we'll do a little more work for our inner and outer thighs. So I'm going to prop myself up so my hips are stacked one on top of the other. You can pike your legs forward a little bit if you prefer. I like to have mine in a straight line, but that's an option. And I'm lifting through my side body, so I'll get a little work through my obliques too. And I'm going to start just by swinging my leg forward and dragging it back. So as I drag it back, I'm going to feel some work to the outside of that leg, trying to keep my torso stable. So I just swing and drag, and that foot is traveling at that same plane, so it's not dipping down or shooting up. I'm trying to stay as controlled as I can. And heels 3, and 2, and 1. I'm going to stop that foot over top of the other one, and I'm going to draw little circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I can certainly feel that outer thigh. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then let's take that leg up and down. Again, I still pull that belly button in. Our core is working always, 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 giving us that stability as we work through the leg. And let's go 3, 2, and 1. One more thing on this side. I'm going to take that toe, drag it up to the knee, and stretch it down. Nice and controlled. And let's do 3, and 2, and 1. And then I'm going to go all the way down. We'll do one more thing on this side before we switch sides. And I'm going to squeeze both legs up and down. Lifting and lowering with control. Not worried about how high I can go, more about being in control. And you know what? I'm going to add an extra thing in. I'm feeling like we can do one more inner thigh thing while we're here. So, bonus inner thigh move coming up right now. Cross your top leg over. Make sure you don't roll forward. You want those hips to be stacked, and people can have a tendency to kind of come forward with that leg. So keeping those hips stacked, and I'm going to squeeze that bottom leg up. Squeezing up. And maybe 3 more, and 2, and 1. And now we'll go to the other side. So everything we just did on that side, we get to do again. And I'm going to sit myself up on my forearm. My legs are extended, my belly button's pulled in, my hips are stacked, and I'm going to start by dragging that leg forward and backwards. As I drag back, I like to get a little stretch through that hip flexor too. That's a nice opportunity to get that little stretch through the hip flexor and pull back through the hamstring. So we're working a lot of muscles in the legs, not just inner and outer thighs. So some added benefit there. And And maybe we do about 3 more of those. I usually shoot for between 6 to 10 of anything. 6 to 10 really good ones. And then we'll do those little circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg goes straight up and down. Still lifting through my side body. Feeling a little bit of work in that outer thigh at this point, which is a good thing. And maybe 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to drag that toe to knee and close. It's like we're opening up and closing. And let's go for 3 more of those. Here's 3 and 2 and 1. And then coming all the way down, we've got 2 moves left on this side. And I just like to let my head rest on my hand. And I'm going to squeeze both legs up with control, using an exhale to lift. And 2 more of those, and it's 2 and 1. And then I'm going to take my foot and cross over, remembering not to roll forward. And you know, I like to hold onto my ankle. If you don't need to do that, you don't need to. It depends on your flexibility here. So I like that little hold it in place, kind of ground that foot. And I like to think about lifting with that heel, squeezing that inner thigh. And here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we can bring ourselves back up. So there you go. There are some moves you can do for inner and outer thighs, and of course you're going to get some work on your core too. So if you start adding those into your routine, I think you're going to see some nice toning through those legs that I think you're looking for. So thank you for watching. It's Lucy with 12South Pilates.